Dear colleagues, dear jury, thank you for awarding us the Communication and Outreach Award. We are truly honored, and it's a pleasure for me to express our gratitude on behalf of the whole team here at Met Norway. You will meet a couple of them later in this video. Climate change is the biggest risk facing our planet. The consequences of climate change and the role of human influence are documented better than ever. In order for politicians and other decision makers to take the actions required for climate mitigation and adaptation, climate change must be communicated, understood, and accepted by the public. It is essential that the public receives high-quality information in a common language from people they trust. Our meteorologists have a broad experience in communicating weather and commenting on weather events. Our regular polls show that they are trusted by the public. They have an academic background, which gives them the insight required to comment on climate change with the support of our climate scientists. Now, let's hear from one of the meteorologists.
Journalists are always looking for a local angle on climate change. And when they want it, they come to us. As we see, extreme events is all over the world today. And now we see it's linked to the climate change. We have been interviewed in the studio as experts. The project has given a lot of data to many news reports. This has been really good teamwork. I want to say thanks to the communication advisors and the climate researchers.
What started as a project has now become a part of our climate communication. For me, as a climate scientist, it is great to have communication experts and our TV meteorologists to help explain the complex climate data in a good way. Then it gets more accessible and understandable for the public. We use more photos and infographics than before, and we participate in making them together with the communications team. As a result, I feel more confident in interviews myself. For me, as a climate scientist, it is very rewarding to see my research on the evening news.
All in all, this project has made me a much better TV meteorologist.
I see this award as an acknowledgement of what we have done and an opportunity to encourage other meteorological institutes to improve their efforts on communicating climate change. Thank you very much.
Hello, well, thank you very much to everyone at the European Meteorological Society for this award. I'm absolutely delighted and honoured to win it. Of course, it is a journalist's dream to win an award, really, and it's, I suppose, that kind of thing is part of the reason we do our work. We try and push ourselves forward all the time and get better and better. So just to tell you a little bit about the article that I wrote to win this award. It was an article in Nature on ocean modeling. I was contacted by an editor at Nature who needed a feature article on ocean modeling and the state of the art of ocean modeling and where it's going in the future and its relationship with other models and how it could benefit society and that kind of thing. So I immediately thought of a researcher I know who had previously worked on quite a novel approach to helping in the search for the missing Malaysian Airlines flight MH370. He used an ocean model, which is a simulation of the global ocean, to backtrack a part of the airplane which had been found floating at the surface of the ocean. And he used the model to backtrack this particle. In the model, you model it as a particle, but basically the part of the airplane, and backtrack it in time to assess where maybe the crash may have taken place. And they used a probabilistic kind of estimate to make a statement of where the missing aircraft is. And they actually, according to their assessment, the crash flight was, the crash location was in a different position to where this ongoing search was. So it was quite an interesting study, I thought. So I used that as a hook to begin the narrative around the piece. So journalists need a narrative to tell their stories. Of course, scientists don't really need that in the peer-reviewed publication. You mostly stick to a factual layout of the work, and I've previously worked in that kind of area myself as a former academic. But as a journalist, we need a narrative. So that's what I did with that article, introduced it using that narrative, and then move forward into more specific details of ocean modeling and where it's going into future, and how ocean models are used with atmospheric models for climate modeling, and also for meteorology, for weather forecasts, and many other applications as well. So ocean modeling is very important because of its key role, or the ocean itself is very important because of its interactivity with the atmosphere and the key role that it plays. So I hope the article was entertaining and educational and informative to all the readers at Nature, who would mostly be scientists and researchers, but also people from other fields like engineers and technologists and so forth. So thank you very much again for this award, and I hope to be back again in the future, possibly winning more awards at the European Meteorological Society. And I hope you all enjoy a nice conference this year. Take care.